Alright guys, I have another Automag project on my workbench today. This is for a repeat customer. This is the third paintball marker that I worked on for him. This is a super interesting gun. It's kind of hard to tell, but this is some kind of gold plating, I believe. It's not paint. And it's obviously it's on steel, so it's not anodizing. I believe it is actually some kind of gold plating. Now it's not in perfect condition. Let's see if I can get a close up here. There's kind of some pitting going on. You know, it's a little scratched up, but overall it's a really neat piece. It's got these neat like scorpion wood panel grips here. The rail down here is a matching gold color. Everything else is chrome. One of the most unique Minimag style bodies that I've seen in a while, so it's a really interesting gun. Right now it is gassed up, and the reason I'm holding the trigger is that it has a pretty serious leak out the front, so let me go ahead and just let go of the trigger. And it stops as soon as I hold the trigger. So generally what that means is a bad bolt carrier O-ring or bolt. There's an O-ring that in the power tube of the valve that seals the bolt when the bolt is back. And so when you pull and hold the trigger like this, you are cutting off the air supply to the dump chamber, and thus ruling out anything to the rear of the gun as being the problem. Then I can give a link to Tom K's own Automag troubleshooting videos. He does a great job. Obviously he's the one who created these things, but does a great job of stepping you through how to isolate the different components of an Automag when you're troubleshooting. But I'm going to go ahead and jump into this one, get it cleaned up, and swap out some of the O-rings so that we can get it working again. So stay tuned. Alright folks, this was a pretty straightforward repair job on this one. As I suspected, a lot of the O-rings inside the Automag air valve were really just hard and cracked, and they hadn't been replaced in probably 10 to 15 years, so those needed to come out, get replaced with new urethane O-rings. I can post a link to the O-rings you need and how to take apart one of these valves, and just so you know how to do that. It's pretty straightforward though. Just make sure you use lots of oil when you put it back together. As you can see, I do have it gassed up right now. So let me go ahead and take the safety off and just dry fire a few rounds. So it sounds really good, no leaks or anything. I did want to point out I was able to shine up the gold and the chrome a little bit, and I did that using Mother's mag and aluminum polish, which is a pretty gentle, not super abrasive polishing compound. It's safe to use on soft metals like aluminum and magnesium, obviously, but in this case I used it on the chrome, and it looks really good. It's so clean and shiny that any little fingerprint shows up. It even brought back a little bit of shine to the gold. I still think it might be some kind of gold plating. I'm not sure. Maybe it's a brass plating. I'm not 100% sure, but the gold looks better than before. It's a little shinier. It doesn't have little speckles in it anymore. So this thing is looking really nice. I hope that you know, it gets some use on the field, but it'd also look really great on somebody's wall.